Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for today, I'm just going to refilm a bit about my info board. I have shared this info board about my Live2D model on stream recently, but I decided that I was kind of blabbering all over the place, so it took really long. So I was planning to make a more straightforward info board about my Live2D model and how it came about. So yeah, to start with, you can see over there, my parents are Dix Shou and Pryaccel. And together they form VTuber Studio, and they are my parents. VTuber Studio. I highly recommend checking them out. Okay, so this, as you can see, is a close-up of my face. You can't see it very clearly, but I do have a goose hairpin in my hair. I will go into more details about it later. And I do have spectacles as well that I can toggle on and off. As you can see, in this picture it is on, and in my current face where I am moving right now, it is off. Yeah, so let's go into a bit more about me and my Live2D model. Okay, so basic introduction about me. So my name is Reina. The R and the N are capitalized. Age is that I'm old enough. People can figure out my age range if they want to. The main thing is that I am an adult legally. Yeah, I am an adult. I am a genuine adult. My VTuber type is a human. So I know there are quite a few different VTuber types out there. A lot more creative than what mine would be. For example, a lot of my V siblings, they are not just ordinary humans. My V siblings, we have a time oracle, we have a dragon adventurer, we have a demigod werewolf, we have a vampire, things like that. So I think I'm the only human. I'm not too sure, but I might be the only human for now. The reason why I chose my Live2D model and also my VTuber persona to just be a human is because I see VTubing as more of just an extension of myself in real life. So yeah, so honestly what you see is what you get. I'm just too lazy to put on actual webcam because of certain insecurities, and it's just easier to not have to think about what I wear and what's on my face when I am streaming. So I that's why I prefer VTube model. Yeah, so I would say my personality is Jaejun, and that is why a lot of my handles, like social handles, are called ReiNa's Jaejunas. So I would say Jaejunas is more of a description of how I am as a person and as a VTuber. So yeah, it's part of a lot of my ID. So people can call me Jaejun, Jaejunas, and Jaejunity as well if they want to, because I have used those words before as game names. Yeah. And just a brief description of Jaejun for those that would not like to Google it up. So Jaejun kinda means like naive, simplistic, childlike, insipid, not very interesting. And I would say that this word just encapsulates me as a person, because I don't think I'm a very interesting person. I'm quite dull and insipid, and but at the same time I can be quite childlike as well. My height, so my VTuber height and also my actual height is 150 centimeters tall. I use the matrix system, so please do not ask me to convert that to feet and inches for you guys. But yeah, basically I'm fun size, and I have a pet mongoose, as you can see in this picture. And my pet mongoose name is Mon, because I can't think of any other name, so it's just called Mon the mongoose. I do know that some people on my streams have thought that it was like a fox or an otter or meerkat or maybe even a red panda. However, it is a mongoose. It is an actual animal. How I would describe it would be like maybe a land version of an otter that is carnivorous, and that would be like a mongoose. That's the best way I can think of how to explain that. But yeah, and then I would say my interests are my husband. So for those of you who are not familiar with me, I am married, and my husband, I call him a silly monkey. My other interests would be like games, playing some games. I'm not a very competitive kind of gamer, but so I just like to enjoy like different aspects of games. I do like to watch some anime, TV shows, and drama once in a while. I also like to read manga and webtoons on my phone. And I also love lying in bed. Like, I love lazing in bed. That's what I spend most of my day doing, honestly. So I like laying in bed and also listening to music. And then in this corner over here, I just wanted to show you guys that I can also toggle on and off my jacket. I can also toggle on and off my pet mongoose. But I tend to have my Mon with me because it gets a bit lonely, so I like to have Mon with me. And I like to keep my jacket on as well, just because I just really love hoodies and jackets. But if I weren't wearing a hoodie or jacket in real life as well, I would say my outfit is more simple, like this. So I would like a dress or a skirt or some kind of onesie kind of look. So that's how I will look like without the jacket. Yeah. And if you notice, my glasses can be toggled on and off as well because I'm not wearing. Yeah, and so that's just a bit of an overview. And now let's just go into a bit more details about, you know, different parts of my Live2D model and how it came about. So to start off, I would say the main thing to start off telling you guys is about the color scheme. So the key colors for my VTuber model, if you guys have realized, is mostly like pink and blue. Well, specifically rose quartz and serenity. So pink and blue, like it says here, pink and blue or pastel pink and blue. I do not really like hot pink, fluorescent pink and blue. But more pastel, kind of muted pink and blue, I would say, are my aesthetics. Or a lot of people feel like it suits my personality a lot when they see my childlike self. But my favorite colors are actually black and white, and I think black and white suits me as a person when you actually talk to me a lot more and realize that I'm a very straightforward, dull, and kind of like serious kind of talker. I can joke once in a while, but I would say my childlike tendencies would be like the pastel-ish side of me, and the black and white would be more of how my maturity actually is. It doesn't really match each other, but yeah, that's just me. And the reason why I chose serenity and rose quartz as my key colors is because I am a long-time carrot. So a carrot is basically 17's fandom name. So this is 17 over here. 17 is a K-pop boy group. And if you count, you will realize that they are called 17, but there's only 13 members here. And that's because as 13 members, they are one whole team most of the time. But in that one whole team, they can also be split up into 3 different units, which are the hip hop team, vocal team, and performance team. So 13 plus 1 plus 3 equals 17. And they are called 17. And Rose Quartz and Serenity, so Rose Quartz and Serenity are the fandom colors. So as a longtime carrot since 2013, and growing up with 17 in general, I just kind of like it. Plus it matches my aesthetics. Even before they confirmed the official fandom colors as Rose Quartz and Serenity, I've been using pink and blue as my aesthetics for quite a long time. So yeah, I just thought it's kind of nice. And this is like the light stick as well. This is actually the version 2 light stick, because version 3 the handle is black. But yeah, anyway, I've been a carrot since 2013. Some people may be confused because 17 debuted officially in 2015. However, I have been watching them and supporting them emotionally since 2013, or even actually before that, where you can watch their pre-debut videos. They would live stream, they would create blog posts and stuff, and I would just follow them, and I just admire them a lot and see how they progress and grow as people and as artists as well. For 17 carrots, if there are any carrots watching this, my bias member, if you can tell, is Woozy because of this emoticon. The Woozy is in the middle here. Woozy has just always been my favorite, and he's pretty much like my first love. I still love him a lot. Don't worry, my husband knows, so please do not come after me. My husband knows what he was getting into, and to be fair, I have loved Woozy way before I even met my husband, so just saying, please do not come after me. Yeah, so those are my key colors. Now let's go into like some little details of my model that I really love and want to share with you guys. I'm just gonna pause the videos because it might be distracting. So as you can tell, this is the color palette. On the side over here, we have Serenity, Rose Quartz, Purple, Pink and Blue mixed purple, and then we have like the darker colors for shadows, and also a beige color for highlights. So I think where I'll start is basically the first fun fact. So the first fun fact about me is that my husband calls me a silly goose, and therefore so that I kind of have a piece of like what my husband calls me in my model as well, I have a goose hairpin that Show has nicely incorporated. I couldn't think about where the goose would be, like whether it will be on my outfit or anything, but I really liked how Show created this goose hairpin when I asked that I really wanted a kind of like a goose in there. So that was really nice to have. Thank you so much, Show. Yeah, and then how the mongoose came about is because, like I mentioned, so fun fact number 2, I call my husband a silly monkey and he calls me a silly goose. So if you fuse like a monkey and a goose together, instead of getting a half monkey half goose monstrosity, you can actually get an actual animal which is called a mongoose, and that's how Mon came about. So mongoose is an actual animal, you guys can Google it, and this is why I have a pet mongoose. I kind of have a bit of my fangirling side with me, but I also have my realistic I am married to my husband side with me as well. So yeah, so that's how I got the goose hairpin and a pet mongoose. So my favorite feature of my Live2D model is my eye blink. If you watch this video, can you see that eye blink? or if you try to stare into my face right now, my eye blink animation and rigging is so good. The Pryaccel did like an amazing job. Like, I am stumbling right now because I'm just like so in. I actually really love eye. They sparkle and they glisten and they look like diamonds, or like aquamarines, like blue diamonds. So I really love. Honestly, that's my favorite aspect in terms of like the end. Such a good. Another thing that I just wanted to show you as a feature of my Live2D. My glasses can be toggled, like, and the same can be done with 𝕊𝕐𝕚𝕤𝕝 and also my jacket. I can mix and match my look. Okay, so let's start off with how my Live2D model turned out to be like this indeed. So my Live2D model, which is a half body rig, the request was actually based on my initial VRoid model. So these are my initial VRoid. So this is what I sent to Show, and I was like, this is the VRoid model that I use for streams once in a while. So maybe something similar to that. And then, as you can tell, the theme colors, the key colors for my VRoid even back then was Rose Quartz and Serenity. So kind of built up on that and make it a bit more cool and more. Show did a really good job. And once I actually had the Live2D confirmed, I actually went back and updated model. So I updated to this, and then I updated my current one, which is my VRoid 2. I updated my VRoid model as much as possible to match my Live2D model. Now I do use my VRoid model once in a while to stream if I am doing a 3D stream, and that's just because my VRoid has hand tracking. And that's just if like I'm doing a just chatting stream, I might be waving my hands around a lot, things like that. So to add on to the animated that I may use my VRoid model once in a while. But most of the time I'm still using my Live2D. Because VRoid is a free software and you can buy maybe some additional sets for it. I'm not the best at designing and creating stuff on VRoid. I'm a tech savvy kind of person, so I just updated my model as much as I can and find certain assets that were available to add on to my model. So I added on a simple dress and cardigan to kind of match my simple outfit. I've also added some black ribbons, which I bought from the assets to kind of mimic my pigtails. Now my Live2D model, the black sections of my hair are actually pigtails. They are not horns. And like I've mentioned, I am a human VTube model. So they are not horns, they're actually just like black highlights or black pigtail highlights. But they're really cute. Because I can't really do that on VRoid, I replaced them with black ribbons. And once again, because VRoid is a free software and I am not the best at creating stuff, I do not have a goose hairpin and I do not have 𝕊𝕐𝕚𝕤𝕝 with me if I were to use my VRoid model. Yeah, but that's okay. I still like both of it. And also you can see that in my VRoid model, my mole is more visible. I do have a mole. The bottom corner of my mouth. Okay, so this is basically all the information about and little details that I wanted to talk about for my Live2D model and also how my VRoid has been updated. Yeah, okay. And this is the last slide. I just want to say that I'm forever grateful to Dix Shou and Pryaccel from the Starry Studio Thank you so much for the constant communication, for taking on all my ideas and trying to incorporate all of that into one model. I know it isn't the easiest, but thank you for making something uniquely mine that just really encompasses all my interests and my personality together. And they are, honestly, if anybody wants to work with them, they are so good. The communication that they give is very consistent. The updates are very frequent, and you can always give feedback to the initial draft designs, like I don't really like this, or oh, I really like this, can you keep this but maybe make some changes. Like, Shou is really flexible with that and takes on feedback to the T. Like, it's really good. So I would say I had an amazing time working with them, and I hope that they feel the same way about me. But yeah, please do check them out. Please also check out my other V siblings as well. They are really nice people. They have even more interesting designs. Honestly, they are designed so well. I highly recommend checking out my V siblings because they're just more unique kind of VTuber styles. Yeah, so in order to find them, you can find them on my Twitch channel. They are my recommended channels. Yeah, and that's all I have for today. Thank you for coming to my PowerPoint presentation. If you would like to just zoom in a bit more on the pictures, they are available on my Patreon, on my Discord, on my Twitter/X. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me just go back to show you guys my socials. Feel free to check out my socials. You can click more in the description box if you want to see my link tree that has all my socials as well as my Discord channel. Feel free to join. I'm a pretty chill person, so I'm not super active or the most proactive when it comes to social media stuff, but I do try once in a while. And if you like to lurk or just have something playing in the background for some background noise, I'm your girl. Like, go ahead and pull me up. I would say I suit a background noise, white noise machine kind of feel. Yeah, so feel free to subscribe, hit a like, hit the notification bell if you wanna, or even follow me on Twitch. You do not have to pay any money at all for YouTube, Twitch, or my Patreon. You can just follow for free. My Patreon, I just kind of use more as a blog/update kind of thing, or to post extra information to some of my videos. And then for Twitter or X, I mostly use it to... Honestly, the main reason why I use Twitter is to follow 17, but if I do tweet once in a while, do feel free to check that out. And yeah, that's all. Bye everybody, bye-bye. Bye-bye, and have a good day. Your best is enough, and I hope that we can all stay strong and do our best to open our eyes for another day. Yeah. Okay. Bye everybody. Bye bye.